Welcome to the PunnyPalz podcast. I'm your host, Big Stick Nick, and returning from his horrible tractor trailer accident, then treasure hunt, my co-host, the man, the myth, the legend, Jeffrey. Jeff, what's up, Jeff? How you doing? Okay.
Was that my cue?
That was your cue.
I always miss it.
You always miss your cue, Jeff.
Oh well.
How are you? How was that adventure, Jeff?
Well, the first semi hit me pretty hard. When I realized where I was in a jungle. Then I found El Dorado, and when I was coming back, I got hit with another semi.
Hey, it happens, but you know what? Did you at least make some good memories?
No, I can't even remember any of it. I got a concussion, and most of my memory's gone. Oh, I barely remember you.
Well, I'm Nick. I'm your co-host. This is a podcast that we do once a week.
Wait, isn't the podcast a thing no one listens to?
What? No, we're huge, dude. Don't worry. We're super famous.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, I'm talking at least 100 views on the first podcast, and that's the only podcast that has 100 views. Come on, people, step it up. All right, I'm just kidding. I love you. Love you all. All right.
And
anyways.
I like how I tell you the days I'm busy, and I text you. Ask me what days are you busy, and I told you Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. What days do you ask me for recordings?
Well, I asked you on Sunday, and you're like, "Nah, I'm busy," and I was like, "All right."
Well,
and I asked you on Monday, and you said, "Nah, I'm busy," and I was like, "All right." So then I waited, and then I was like, "All right, just let me know when you're available." And then I waited, and then on Wednesday, I was like, he hasn't hit me up," so I was just like, "Do you want me and Jaco to do it?" And then you said, "Sure."
First of all, marking period was coming up, and I was behind on my science. So I caught that up on Monday.
Science is so important, Jeff. How could you do that?
It's chemistry. It's the foundation of life. And then Saturday, I was with my mom all day. So, you give me shit for hanging out with my parent mom?
Yeah. Yeah, I am.
I like how, you also insinuated that you and Jaco are dating my mother.
Oh, well, I guess now's that's time to say.
No, Nick, no.
Son?
Every time I'm older than you too. It doesn't make any sense.
It does in my world. And it does in this world too.
Every time I bring up my mother, it's I'm dating your mother or you're my son.
Listen, alright.
It's getting old, Nick. I've heard this for what? 8 years now? I don't know. It's been a long
Hey,
time.
well, Jeff, alright. How about this? You can either decide to get rid of your mom joke and bring back the slap Jeff joke, or get rid of the slap Jeff joke and stick with the mom. You gotta choose one.
These are both horrible choices for me. And they don't even know the slap Jeff thing.
Oh yeah, that's so. Jeff, why don't you tell them about the slap Jeff joke I do?
Every goddamn day we had class together. It was past 2 years?
Yeah.
Nah, I was
Nah, that was way longer. We've known each other since 7th grade.
Oh my god.
Our friendship is as old as the nickname Big Stick Nick. That's crazy.
Oh my god. Every time you just be like, "Oh hey Jeff," and just wind one up and just slap me in the face.
Or the ass.
or a full-on dead sprint in gym class, full wind up, going 10 miles an hour, freaking right on the right cheek.
Oh, that's the greatest story of them all.
Oh my God. like you and my sister Savannah beating me up with a Nerf sword have sharpened my reflex so much. It's freaking crazy.
I don't want to say I'm the reason for that, but I feel like I'm a healthy part of why your reflexes are so good. Like in Mr. Science teacher's class, I would be able to trick you, bro. Like you wouldn't see it coming. But bro, then we hit up our tech class with bald dude, big beard. Then bro, I would literally just be like, "Hey Jeff," I'd go to slap you, and you literally look like a fucking ninja. You'd be like, "Whatcha?" and just stop it, bro. It was like an anime villain. Dun, 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 and I'm just like, oh.
I like how like without like knowing a thing about anime, you just reference it so much, and then you also just like almost saying the Ultra Instinct like note to know.
Well, it's because I don't know like anime, but like I know anime memes. Like I hear that it's all like, dude, I've been friends with like our group for so long. Like there's so many kids that know a lot about anime. Like I pick it up. I pick it up a lot.
You know Mason?
Big Mason. You know who? The Mason I'm thinking of. The Mason we all know.
Yeah, blonde hair.
Soon to be on the podcast because, you know, he's one of our promoters, and how could we have someone promoting us if he's not even on our platform? So, Mason, this is the BSN. I know I already asked you, but this is your official invite to be on the PunnyPalz podcast. So, if you see this and you're a true fan, hit me up immediately after hearing this and let me know when you are available, because we will definitely be getting in touch with you for the next podcast. So look out for that. We are going to have our boy Mason. He is a wonderful photographer. He takes the sexiest photos, and I must say, ladies, in the bedroom, he'd be very good.
I like how like you just invited him on, and now like you make it sound like he's definitely coming next episode. That's not how invitations work.
Well,
invitations can be declined, Nick.
Nah, dude, you're coming onto the podcast. Like, come on. How could you not? The world needs to hear your voice. And you know what? I want to hear your voice, Mason. What were we talking about again?
Okay, anyways, Mason, like, when I was in like middle school, like 7th, 8th grade, we were in the basketball team together, and like he was obsessed with Death Note.
I remember that he was like that when we played soccer together. He would literally like, he showed me an episode. Like, honestly, I gotta say, Death Note was pretty dope. I never understood it because the videos he showed me were like in actual like whatever language that is. It Japanese?
It's Japanese.
Okay,
yeah.
it was in Japanese, and I was like, I don't speak this language, and I watched it, and I was like, cool pictures.
Yeah. Anyways, I remember me and Mason watching like a movie when we were going to like basketball meet.
Mm-hmm.
And like that was like the entire bus ride. And then like lately, I mean like I'm gonna say,
whoa, controversial.
he has. I was like, I'm not blaming him. Like,
Well,
I just mean like me and him have grown a bit apart over the past few years.
tune in for the next podcast where we have the debate between Mason and Jeff. Who will win? Who is right about what Mason is? Is he or is he Mason? Find out. Tune in. Coming soon.
But he already is Mason. Like
But is he normal Mason? Or is he Jeff view of Mason?
if you
You decide.
Like, you're gonna spin this off like
What?
dark applier shit, aren't you?
Huh?
You're gonna spin this off like he's like a dark applier side, aren't you?
Yeah, there's actually two sides of Mason. There's the normal Mason, and then there's dark applier Mason.
Oh, Okay, just blatantly rip it off.
Yeah, you might. Bro, you know how many podcasts we've already ripped off?
That's what you sound like, Nick.
I don't sound like that, dude. That sounds.
Just be how it is, Nick, and that's how you sound.
I don't sound like a squealing pig having sex, Jeff. That's wrong.
Well,
I sound like Nick.
Something else, but
Jeff.
Yeah.
You wanna know what you sound like?
Don't you dare.
Ooh, I'm Jeff. I got hit by a semi truck and now my whole spinal cord is in 37 pieces. I can't walk. Ooh.
You know what? I wasn't even hit by a semi truck. That's just all fake. It's fake news, Nick. And you invented the fake news, and you still believe it.
Dang, you're just gonna call me out like that?
I am.
Oh yeah, well, how are they gonna know? They don't. Jeffrey actually, he's the manager of a sex doll factory.
I am not.
Yeah, he is. He's just covering it up because he knows that his job's kind of weird, but he enjoys it. He loves it. He's the manager in charge of the testing facilities.
The only place I've officially worked for is Waffle House. Other than that, I've done odd jobs.
Officially,
No.
odd jobs.
This is a lot worse than it sounds. I'm talking like mechanic and like hanging with grandpa. and stuff
Curse
like
died cutie too.
I'm just digging a bigger hole for myself right now.
Jeff's like, yeah, Jeff was a French maid for a short period of time.
I don't want to talk about that period of life.
He served a few gents.
Have you worked with a handyman, like with someone around the house? Nick?
I mean, I'm not trying to shout him out or kind of make him seem better than what he actually is. But my dad thinks he's a handyman. He builds shit, but that's about the extent of it. That's the extent of how I know handyman.
Okay, thanks, Mom. Bye.
Oh, and
Okay.
I there is one other person, Handy Mandy. I know him. I know him pretty well.
Is it Handy Mandy, the chick from Bob the Builder?
Oh, Handy Manny, I'm thinking of. Yeah, and Bob the Builder. I forgot about Big Bob. He was my he was my first handyman that I knew.
My first true love.
Yo,
Anyway.
if my dog's gonna be barking in the background, there ain't gonna be a dog next podcast. That's all I gotta say.
Honestly, I can't hear it.
Can you hear it?
No.
Let's just look at the audio real quick. Enjoy this few seconds of the music. Yeah, it's picking it up. It's definitely picking it up. Yo! I'm trying to report. Ugh, I'm gonna kill somebody! Hey, the dog stopped. See, like sometimes my tactic is not to yell at someone, but if you start to yell but then turn into like a angry grunt, people take you a lot more seriously, or they think you're psychotic. So definitely recommend that tactic in life. Just a little life hack on how to shut your dogs up.
Probably like another hour.
So I guess
Like an hour.
sounds like Jeff is having a genuine conversation with one of his family members. Very, very, very entertaining. Now you guys get to enjoy me filling in for time and waiting for Jeff to
I have Wednesday off too.
come back to the podcast. Yeah, so sorry, I know some of you in the comments hate the sound of my voice and only listen to this for Jeff, but yeah, so for a few moments you will be hearing my voice. I do apologize. So eventually we will return to the podcast. just a brief moment.
I'm back.
Oh, you're back? Okay.
Yeah, I'm talking with my mom about like to get stuff done for a winter, and she's just like,
Well, no, I didn't know if you had me like deafened, so that's why I was just trying to fill in for time, so I didn't have to stop.
No, I was trying to listen to.
Oh. So, you could have just easily have taken a break real quick. Like I would have been able to just come up with random bullshit.
You were in mid conversation.
That is true. You could have just went silent.
Anyways, long story short, I'm watering the plants today and mowing tomorrow. Bad.
Was that to me or your mom?
That was to me. I mean to you. I don't know. I'm having an existential crisis.
Well, if you haven't already zoned out, get ready, because this is the type of quality you clicked on. We actually are very funny. I apologize. Jeff, say something funny. Come on, prove to him that we're funny.
Nah, I'm pretty good. How about you?
Okay, so maybe we're not as funny as we thought, but it's still a podcast, so you can at least just not pay attention to it.
Shut up, Nick.
Like, a lot of people just kind of turn the volume up so they can just hear the music and drown out our voices. So you guys can do that. Like, we just like see if like
get it out, Nick. Just
people actually like listen to the podcast a lot more and just kind of keep doing those like cues, like, hey, text us this.
I first of all, no one has texted me that.
Well, maybe you just got some shitty friends, bro.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm doing a podcast with one. Yeah, that's right, Nick.
Well, that's all the time we have for the PunnyPalz podcast. Dang, bro. I will admit, no one really answers. And you know what? To those of you who hear me ask you to do the visual cues, but you never do, is that a visual cue? Is that the right word, Jeff?
So, a visual cue.
That's
it's
not
visual. Nick.
Okay, I realized that wasn't the right word, Jeff. And you know what? I'm sticking with it. If y'all don't, we're. Now I'm all flustered, Jeff. My brain stopped working.
It's your fault for being a retard. I mean,
you know what? Hey, maybe this podcast isn't meant to be a two-person. Maybe we need to get a guest in on here. Jeff, tell us a story of the time that you've laughed the hardest, the funniest time you've ever experienced.
Oh my God, I can't remember. Like laughing I mean, like, I know, like, I've had several points where I'm just like a squeaky toy, but like I can't really like think of like a scenario or a joke where it was besides the what kind of monster would you be, and I responded with your mom. Like
so good.
That was like the most recent one.
Yeah. You know what I just realized?
What's up?
There's going to be a lot of this sound. I apologize for that.
The creek?
Yeah, that's my chair, bro. My chair is like old as hell. It needs some it needs to get oiled up or something.
Need some WD-40 in there, bud.
Ooh, shove it up your pee hole.
That's it. It's a Game Grumps reference.
Yeah. Shout out to the Game Grumps. Have the PunnyPalz on Game Grumps, or you're not true PunnyPalz fans.
That's
Danny and Aaron.
Yeah, they're probably not.
Well, fuck you if you aren't.
Why are you antagonizing like two of the biggest YouTubers?
They're not the biggest YouTubers. Coco Melon and PewDiePie are, idiot.
There you go.
Got that word out.
Sure is a funny thing, huh?
You know what? I decided I'm no longer going to acknowledge my stutters, because you know what? I've dealt with it for at least 4 podcasts now. So, you know what? I'm just powering through it, and if I stutter, deal with it, bro. everyone stutters sometimes. Some more than others. Like, obviously, I stutter more. But you know what? At least I have the balls to put my stutters in a podcast, and I don't cut them out like a bitch, like Jeff does.
I don't. You're the editor. I don't. Okay.
Okay, as if we don't share the editing. Okay.
We don't. You have the software.
Yeah, Jeff.
I'm not spending $100 on this.
See, the joke is, we're actually like pretending like Jeff doesn't edit the podcast because he is embarrassed about his stutters that he has to cut out when he edits part of the podcast. Because I just finalize it. I just add the finishing touches. He's the one who actually edits the audio. So. Are you
Snapchatting while on the podcast right now, Nick?
Absolutely.
I am disappointed in you.
Well, listen. I'm trying.
I'm with you, voice to voice right now, and you're talking to other friends, man. I mean, come on.
No, it's not other friends. It's
you're. You know what? You're a vocal whore. That's right. Spreading around your freaking voice left and right, talking about politics, Biden and Trump.
No,
who cares?
I never talked. The most political I ever got was on my recent post on. Shout out to Big Stick Nick on Instagram. But on my most recent post, I just said this is how some of you guys see the next 4 years, and then I had an apocalyptic theme. That's as political as I'm getting because it's still funny no matter what side you are, whether you're red, blue, purple, green, magenta, navy blue, burgundy red. That's about it. There's no other colors.
Keep them coming.
White, black, brown, purple. I already said purple, right?
I already said that.
Pink, gold, silver, chrome.
Is chrome a color?
Yes, definitely.
Is it? It's just shiny metal.
Yeah, but that's the color, bro. It's the color of the future, bro. Didn't you watch SpongeBob?
Honestly, not a lot.
You didn't learn any, like, don't you know what Wumbo is, bro?
Like when I was a kid, but I haven't watched SpongeBob recently, years.
Jeff, you're telling me you don't know the episode where SpongeBob and Patrick played with the leaf blowers? Come on.
Dude, I'm sorry, I got a case of not giving a shit.
You don't remember the episode where SpongeBob meets his idol and he goes, "Hi, Kevin."
I remember the SpongeBob movie where they had the Krabby Patty car and King Neptune and all that.
Mindy! Thinning!
Yeah, it's fine. Interrupt me. No, I wasn't talking or anything.
Damn, my bad, bro.
Yeah, thought so.
That's what you get, bro.
Oh, bitch.
That's what you get for not knowing anything about SpongeBob, bro.
I'm sorry, I did not go back and watch SpongeBob episode 1 through what is it at? 800 now?
Doesn't mean you can't remember it, bro.
Oh, just remember things when you were a child. Just do it.
Everyone who's watching this, let's roast Jeff in the comments. Come on, SpongeBob fans.
You learned pi. Name the first 7 digits of pi. Just remember, Nick.
3, 1, 3, 5, 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Pies. There's 20 pies, Jeff.
Oh my god. No. 3.14159 something.
Oh, so you remember this, but you don't remember the episode where SpongeBob and Patrick have to try to escape the Flying Dutchman by running through the perfume department. Really, Jeff?
I remember that one.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, you remembered it after I just specifically told you what it was, right, Jeff?
Nick, I do remember that episode.
Now you're gonna say you don't remember Chowder or Foster Home for Imaginary Friends.
How could I forget Chowder? Alright? Seriously, how could I forget it?
Oh, yeah?
And how could I forget Cheese from Foster's Home of Imaginary Friends, man?
You just redeemed yourself with that one, Jeff.
Exactly.
Not many people remember my boy Cheese. if you remember foster home for imaginary friends and you don't remember cheese, you did
Were you
not
really a
pay
fan?
attention, dude.
Oh my god. Like, oh my god. And, what was it? Like, was it like Willy Woody?
Woody's from Toy Story.
I know. It's the W guy, the basketball imaginary friend with one arm.
LeBron
It's like-
James.
Yeah, imaginary friend.
I call him LeBron. And then El Toro Loco was
Isn't
the
it
bull.
William? I think
don't-
it's gonna stay in, Nick. Because you want to know why? Because I'm gonna bring it up in the next podcast, and like for the next 10 minutes.
And I'll cut it out too.
No.
I'm
Nick,
going
you're
to
gonna
cut
keep it
that
in.
part. I'm cutting this part out too,
Nick,
so no one's gonna.
I'm gonna make it so much work for you to keep it in that
Jeff?
you're gonna be like, oh my god.
I'm like Thanos. I will snap this whole podcast away.
Nick, come on, man. You gotta start treating your mother with respect, man.
Bro, I literally told him not to come in my room.
That, like, she came in and you were just like, get out. You didn't even listen to her.
Yeah, because I'm recording a podcast. I told her not to come in.
Oh my god. My mother comes in and I treat her with respect and I look her in the eyes and I talk to her. And
Yeah,
you're
but
just like, nope, get out. I'm Nick. I'm an asshole to my mother.
Yeah, because I'm Big Sick Nick, bro. You treat me with some goddamn respect.
No, you're. Oh my god. You're gonna be a piece of trash.
Nah, dude. Nah, man.
Oh yeah, dude.
Listen, all right, Jeff. When you get to a level where you're eating shrimp cocktails and caviar on your jet skis while you're driving to your private jet, bro. You need to understand that I'm a little more high class.
You have.
I'm
none of
fancy. Jeff,
this. Nick.
you don't become YouTube famous Big Stick Nick without beating a couple of hard eggs. You know what I'm saying?
Why would you beat hard eggs? Eggs are not hard. Are
There's
you
some
like-
hard eggs, and some of them need to be beat, Jeff. And if there's no one gonna beat them, I might as well beat them.
I think this metaphor does not make sense.
This metaphor makes
Break a
perfect
couple
sense.
eggs, not beat a couple of hard eggs.
Nah, beat a couple of hard eggs, bro. Cause you beat a couple eggs, like that's a dick move. Like you beat hard eggs, bro. You gotta beat the shit out of hard eggs.
Oh my god. Nick, there's a limit to how stupid you can be, and you're just proven, like, oh my god.
Nah, Jeff, you're just not open-minded enough.
That's what a stupid person would say.
Nah, that's what someone who's open-minded would say.
Oh my
I think
God.
differently. I'm not conformed to the box like you. I think outside of the box.
I'm special.
I am, bro. I am.
Nick, shut up.
Bro, show me
Shut
one
up.
other Big Stick Nick in this world who dresses like me, talks like me, and acts like me. Exactly. There ain't no other.
Nick.
I'm different, bro. I'm built different. I look different. I talk different. I sound different. My ass is built different. Like, tell me I'm not. I got the juiciest ass in America.
You do realize that now you're gonna have to cut this part out because it's related to the previous conversation about not treating your mother with respect.
Nah, I'm just gonna bleep out the part about where I was just disrespecting my mom because she tried to get clout by joining on my podcast.
She's not trying to get clout. She's trying to get you to do something.
No, she was mad because I had a bag of Cheez-Its in here and I was munching on them during school. And then she was like, where my Cheez-Its at? And I was like, bruh, I ate them. Like, bruh, you really barging in on my podcast for a fucking bag of Cheez-Its? Like, son, I ate them. What? I can't just rip them out of my stomach and give them back. Like, they're gone. That's like getting pissed off because your dog died. Like, bro, it's gone. Like, you need to just be sad and deal with the fact that you aren't getting your Cheez-Its back, son. Like, they're in my stomach, they're gone.
You want to start a new conversation so you don't have to cut any more out?
I'm not cutting it out. I'm just bleeping out the parts where I was yelling at my mom because she barged in on my podcast.
It's gonna sound way worse, Nick.
Nah, dude. Listen, all right.
Listen, I'm Nick. I'm mean to my mother.
Hey, I'm not mean. I'm strict. I'm strict.
What you sound like, Nick?
You know what, Jeff? This is what you
Yeah.
sound like. Ooh, I'm Jeff. Ooh, I'm Jeffrey. My name's Jeffrey.
It is. You got a problem with it?
Yeah. Why isn't it like Cornelius or something? Something dope.
Fuck no. Why would I be named Cornelius?
I don't know, dude, because...
What kind of name is
Bro,
Cornelius?
you give off mad Cornelius vibes.
What? That is an insult. Take that back.
Nah, dude.
I do not give off Cornelius vibes.
Bro, when girls are at clubs, they're like, I bet that's a Cornelius right there.
I tell you that I think I've said this, that I had to convince people my name is actually Jeff after 22 Jump Street.
Really?
Yeah.
That makes sense, honestly, because you do meme that a lot. So like it could be that your name's not Jeff. Is he really named Jeff?
I'm sick and tired of the my name Jeff meme. Because like when I meet new people, I go, "Hey, my name's Jeff," and they're like, "Haha, 22 Jump Street. That's funny. What's your real name?" I'm like, "No, it's seriously Jeff. I wasn't joking. This was not a joke. I'm dead serious."
It's because of how you say
And they're
it.
like-
You say my name's Jeff. You gotta say like my name is Jeffrey.
But like, oh my god, like it's like, my name is Cornelius. No, you're gonna go, my name is Corn. Like, maybe not the best example, but like when your name is
Dude,
Nicholas,
if your name
say,
was
"Hey, I'm
Cornelius,
Nick."
I definitely would call you Corn. Let's be honest.
What's up, Corn Dog? How are you?
Hey, big corn dog. What up, cuz?
Anyways, you know me, I'm one sexy man.
Yeah. dude.
So like, there were some girls, and like, now that I look back on it, like maybe they were just talking to me, or maybe they were hitting on me. I don't know. And they're like, "Hey, what's your name?" I'm like, "Oh, hey, I'm Jeff." And they're like, "Haha, funny meme man." And I'm like, "No, it's Jeff." And like, they even went so far to test it. A few minutes later, they were like, "Hey, Jeff," and I was like, "What?" And they're like, "Damn, your name really is Jeff." And I was like, "Yeah, I was telling the truth."
They literally were like a week in advance. They're like, all right, we got it. Here's what we're gonna do.
Is
We're
that
gonna say
a
Jeff.
track meet? Is it a track meet? I knew these chicks for like 10 minutes. Like honestly, I couldn't even tell you their faces or their names. Like at this point, I met them like once, and I was like, okay, yeah.
Ooh, and then you're like, hit me up though.
No.
Hit me up though, and then they're
You
like,
think I had the audacity to be like, "Hey, yo, what's that, girl?" No.
bro, that's how you used to be before you moved. You literally like in our school, Jeff would walk around. He used to have you'd wear a white shirt with a leather jacket. He used to like curl up his fro in the front, so like poofed up. He would walk up, he'd be like, "Hey, what's up, ladies?" He would do like the side arm against the locker and like, "Sup, cutie?"
It was cargo shorts and a polo, and you know this.
Yeah, but here's the thing though, like,
And then
he did
I
dress
was
that,
like,
but he did sell Mentos for a short bit, so he did help him out.
I had a Mentos polo. All right.
Dude, you were the Jared of Mentos.
I had to wear that shirt maybe like 5 times in the time, like I was like when I went to high school. And then you always freak out about it. And then I tell you that I don't have the shirt anymore because, you know, I sort of overgrew it because I wore it in middle school.
Jeff, that's
now
when you
you're
hang
like-
it up on your wall. You frame that shit.
No. Why would I frame a Mentos like polo shirt that means next to nothing besides clothing to me?
Because bro, that's your legacy. You're the
It is
Mentos
not.
Jared.
What does that even mean?
You're the Jared from Subway, but if you worked for Mentos.
Alrighty, Jared from Subway got a really bad rep really fast.
Yeah, but he's so lovable.
He
He
not
touched all those
anymore?
kids, but you know he's look at that face. That's the face of a lovable person.
That's a face and not a pedophile.
He's just adorable. He's such a cutie.
Oh my god. Like have I told you about like okay, let me start off with this. Do you have a crazy girlfriend story?
No.
Oh yeah, you have to get a girlfriend first, am I right?
Yeah, girlfriends are overrated. I've given up.
You gave up?
No, I just don't really want to get in a relationship. I'm chilling, bro. I'm just like, you know what? It's high school. Let me party first. Let me get the
You-
partying out of me.
You say this now, but I bet you the next girl that gives you attention, you're like, hey.
Nah, dude. I just talk to them like they're my friend, and then I'm chilling, bro. I like it, bro. Because look at this. I see both my friends. They both have a girlfriend, bro, and they have to like add extra time because they got the boy time, but now they also got the girlfriend time. But it's like, bro, you only got so much time in a week. Like, I got podcasts to run. I got homework to catch up on. I got video games to play, YouTube videos to watch and create. I gotta run my
you're
Instagram.
A very busy man.
I'm a busy man. BSN don't sleep, bro. I'm up from 7 in the morning till 4 o'clock in the morning. The next
But that
day.
time between 7 and 4, I'm sleeping.
7
But I don't sleep.
7 and 4, I fall asleep, wake up, grind. Back at 4, I'm asleep, wake up, grind. I ain't got no time for a shawty, bro. That would mean I'd have to have a girlfriend over at 4 o'clock. Then probably have her over for like an hour, bro. That's almost like 5:30, like 6-ish by the time she gone. Then I gotta brush my teeth, go to bed, and then I gotta sleep for like 30 minutes, wake up at 7 and do it all over again. Not enough time in the world, bro.
So, when I was in 5th grade, there was this 8th grader who took a there was a female 8th grader who took a keen to me for some godforsaken reason.
You were in 5th grade?
I was in 5th grade, yeah.
Bro, that's weird, okay?
Yeah.
That's like, you're still, like, 5th graders still look like elementary schoolers. Like,
yeah, exactly.
You don't look older until you hit 6th grade, bro. That's that's sus.
I think, like, she liked the younger guys. So, like, she comes up to me and, like, you know, word gets out that she likes me, and I'm like, all right. Then, you know, she asked me out, and I was like, I've never had a girlfriend before. I'm in 5th grade. This is fucking dope. Little do I know, before you should get a girlfriend, you should probably, you know, like, research the girl a little bit.
What? I don't think I've ever seen a girl like, let me research that chick right there.
Like, look beyond the, like, what she's like right now, like,
oh, like check her financial statements, like her Facebook friends, like that kind of shit.
Yeah, your social security number,
home address.
Yep. So like you want to like know more than like what she puts off, because you know chicks are crazy. So,
women are crazy. Am I right, brothers? Up top, man.
Am I right?
Raise your hand, boys. Come on. Am I right? Women.
We all know your hands are up.
Funny stuff.
Anyways, like, I heard from, like, my older sisters that, like, yeah, she's, like, a little bit crazy and, like, prone to aggression, and she's, like, listing off, like, A, B, and C, and I'm like, maybe I'm in a little bit over my head here.
Jeff's like, she would be good if the apocalypse happened. Jeff's like, nah,
anyways.
I like bad little shawties, baby. I like them a little ratchet.
No. That is like the opposite of my preference. Believe it or not. So, anyways, I start to get to know this girl a little bit better. I'm like, yeah, she's crazy. So, like, I try to break it off slowly, but with a breakup, it never goes fucking slowly. It's like a snowball going down a hill, just picking up momentum, and it just fucking hits someone like a fucking dump truck, and you're like, sorry, peace.
That's oddly specific, Jeff. Has this happened to you in real life?
It's right next to the semi.
Yeah, that's what happened. Jeff was actually doing that, and then karma hit him, and then by literally hit him, I meant like in the form of a semi-truck.
So, like, I break things off with this chick, and, like, she has her friend, and, like, she's like the we ride together, we die together kind of attitude.
Oh, God.
And, like,
I'll kill this kid.
Yeah, exactly. It was school orientation. The school was open. Parents were there.
They just fucking kicked the shit out of you in front of your mom.
I had to run for my life. She chased me down the hallways and in the gym. I fucking had to book it.
She fucking like tailed you around the school.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jeff's just like walking with his mom, and he just hears Jeffrey. Turns around, she starts sprinting. He's like, "Oh shit, mom, I gotta go."
Luckily, it was a time where I wasn't like right next to my mom, and I think we were like in the gym, and like there was a few people there, but like I saw her, and she's like, "You're the fucker who broke my friend's heart," and I was like, "Yep, peace," and I fucking dipped it.
Just like, see ya.
Yep.
Bro, in 5th grade, what a baller, dude. Jeff's a little pimp.
I've had 3 girlfriends already. It was that one, and then I had another one while I was in like 8th grade, and it was over the summer, and I realized that like we're just doing this for titles, not really for the relationship, so I broke that one off. And then I have the one with Gwen right now, and that's been going on for like 2 years.
That's cute. You guys are a good couple. Jeff, when I finally am like, you know, I need I need to settle down with a Mrs. Big Stick. You and I should have a couples date podcast.
The thing is, like, Gwen is never on her phone, and like I've moved, so there's been times where like a week has gone by, even more, but like I haven't been left on like unanswered.
Jeff's just like, hi. Like 2 weeks later, she's like, what's up? And you're like, what's up with you? 2 weeks later, nothing much.
Exactly. Like she like all right, like I really like her, but like at the same time it's infuriating because like I'll text.
I'm very careful with this one, Jeff.
Right now. I know, I'm venting right now.
Glenn, you might want to skip ahead.
I'll text like, hey, what's going on? And she'll be like, nothing much, you. And like, it's like I waited a week for that response. Like, and
Jeff's like, uh-oh, I'm in the doghouse tonight. Do you want to change the subject, Jeff?
I think I got it out. Like I really like spending time with her, but it's just like the getting to spend time and being in person, and you know, COVID. So
yeah, preach, queen.
I'm a king, and you know this.
You are a king. You know, we're the kings. We're the kings of.
We're the pair of kings.
Eastern America.
Trademarked.
We're the fresh kings of Eastern America. That's that's as vague as we're getting.
Me and my cousin, Aiden, not the one that was on the podcast. Like we used to watch Pair of Kings, and like he was way into it more than I was.
Oh my god, that's the one where it had like that one dude that was like super jacked, and he looked like a big Jack Peter Pan, and he had a machete and shit. Like, oh my god, I love that show.
There was one episode where like I think it was like called the Boogeyman or something.
You drink my Mountain Dew.
The Boogeyman episode came on, and like Aiden, like if I'm telling this now, like I could tell Aiden's gonna be PO'd. Like he hates whenever I bring this up, because he for the longest time he was scared of the Boogeyman episode. Like he got nightmares from it.
Oh.
And like his family constantly gave him shit for it. And then like now and then I sometimes, but like you could just tell that like he got really embarrassed, because like it was like almost genuine fear that came through his nightmares, and his family was just giving him shit for it.
I have a similar story like that. You know, Sweet Life of Zach and Cody?
Yep.
You know the episode where the fucking like engineer dude, like the maintenance worker, whatever how his name is, Irwin or something.
Okay.
It's like so there's the episode, it's like the Halloween one where like he makes like a robotic version of himself that's in like that cage, and there's like a scene from that like show, the episode, like where like the monster like comes up to the cage and you just see him, and I literally had a nightmare about it before.
Like like sidetrack real quick. I keep on getting notifications from Uber, and it's like, claim your free meal to up to $30, and it's like, we don't have Uber around here.
Yeah,
'Cause
literally, if to get an Uber out where I am, it would be a 30-minute wait for them to drive out from the big city to my house.
Exactly.
That would literally be the same price as if I was in a city and ordered an Uber to go 5 feet away from me.
Like, anyways, there was this one time I scared my younger cousin Chaz.
Why would you scare me?
Aw, horrifying your little cousins.
Well,
Like,
how much younger?
not
How
who
much
has-
younger is he than you?
Oh, jeez, I want to say like. Oh, he's like about 4'3".
4'3" younger than you?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so he's like little brother age. Okay, yeah, you could terrify him. He's not that much younger.
You know, he's in the radar.
He's in the. Hey, he's in the right age for me.
All right.
To scare, not that was the joke. To scare him, not okay. Continue.
So, we remember me, Aiden, and Chaz were all fans of Sonic when we were growing up.
So wasn't I?
Yeah, Sonic Man.
Hey, Sonic Man 207, the original BSN name.
Anyways, you know the like the horror Sonic that like spread around when we were kids?
Sonic EXE.
Yeah, Sonic EXE.
That shit scared the shit out of me when I was like 5.
Exactly. So we found a video, and it was the Tails doll video, and like, you know, the stupid thing where like you take a stuffed animal, you pour like rice in it, and you throw it in the bathtub, and you say like a line or something.
You
And,
did
like-
that with a Tails doll.
No. We watched the video of it.
Oh.
And you know, it's some aspiring YouTuber, and he's like, "Oh my god, fucking look, it's moving!" Ooh.
It's
He's
the
freaking
Tails
out.
doll, he's moving.
Exactly. And like, we we scared the absolute shit out of him. Like, when we watched it, like for like an hour or two, we had to stay in the bed where we watched it, and we couldn't put our arms out because it's like, no, he's gonna get you. So he did not sleep that night, and when he did sleep, he had nightmares for the rest of the week.
Oh my god. That's great.
That's like, honestly, like that's like one of the like only like I scared the shit out of someone's stories I have.
Bro,
And that was when I was a kid, and
I scared the shit out of my sister recently.
Really?
Yeah, she was like on her phone reading something, I don't know, but she was laying on her bed, and I just went to like open some windows to like let the fresh air in, and I heard her, and whenever she's like not paying attention, but like she laughs subconsciously, like it's always the funniest sound, because like she was like ha ha. So I was just like, I'm gonna fuck with her, and I walked up to her doorway, and I was like ha ha, and it literally, dude, like the look on her face was as if I was like about to fucking like stab her. She was like ah! So funny, dude. She literally like almost threw her laptop at me. It was the best moment of my life.
Oh my god.
Jeff, what do you think about the Donald Trump not being our president?
Okay, like I'm 18. I could have registered to vote and I could have voted. But like, honestly, I caught a case of not giving the shit again. Like, I with the two-party system of the United States, like the third party, the lesser-known party, never gets elected.
I know. I honestly had like the independent libertarian and then the Green Party. Like, I genuinely didn't know those were a thing. Like, I had no idea who those people were.
It's Democrat or Republican. Like, that's how politics is and probably will be for a long, long time.
Yeah.
Like, and like the way my mother phrased it a while ago, it just makes sense. Like, you have to choose the lesser of two evils, and it's like it just sort of sucks when you like, you know, both of them, like, you don't really agree, like, not even 60% about the stuff they did, but like You just got to be like, who will not fuck up the White House?
That's true.
It's like, I feel like when you're voting between evil thing A or evil thing B, sometimes it's just better not to choose at all, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
Like Geralt of Rivia, I'd rather not choose between two evils.
I genuinely, like, I want to get into politics and I want to be able to know what I'm talking about. Like, I somewhat do. Like, I paid attention a little bit, like, but, like, it's, I can't be political because I know zero about what any, all I knew was, like, Trump was the one that the Republicans liked, and Biden was the one the Democrats and non-Trump supporters liked. And that's about it. Like, I'll try to watch it. I'll see shit on YouTube, like, Trump did this, Biden said this, and I'll click on it. And within, like, 3 seconds of watching it, they're like, well, what do you think about white supremacy, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like,
it's
so boring.
So hard because like each party's trying to throw mud on the other one. It's like, oh, he said this, oh, he said that, oh, don't vote for him, vote for us, blah blah blah, so and so. And that's just our news source, you know?
Yeah.
It's not like, hey, Trump did this actual good thing. It's, oh, hey, he fucked up, but Biden fucked up on this. Who's gonna
literally,
fuck up?
like, I know all the shit they fucked up about, but, like, what did they do? I have no idea what either of them accomplished. Like, I know, like, going back with Obama, like, Obama was the president for most of my life as a kid, so I was just like, oh, it's Barack Obama. Like, he was funny, and he was just cool. Like, he was chill. He didn't act like the typical, like, oh, I am a president, I talk like this, blah 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 blah. He was just like, yeah, I'm a president, blah. You guys are dumb, this is what I think. Like, that was just how he was
during the debates too. It's like these two are acting like children.
I know, they're like, you're stupid, oh yeah, well, your hair's funny, oh yeah, well, you are old, you like white supremacist, idiot.
They had to like turn off the other president's or candidate's mic.
I know, right?
Because like they were just interrupting each other, and it's like, can we at least have a civil debate?
That is funny. They were just like, they wouldn't let each other talk. And then like Joe Biden was just like, shut up, man. That was the funniest shit, because like I'm not a Trump supporter, I'm not a Biden supporter, I don't really give a shit about either, but like I just found this whole event like funny just to watch, because just the way they were acting, like, I just love doing impressions of him saying that, just shut up, man.
I like how like when we were kids, it was Obama, and like you could tell Obama was like an adult. He handled things civilly. He stopped and he listened, and then like now it's like we're throwing two toddlers in a candidacy, and you're like, okay, stop throwing shit at each other, just listen.
You gotta think,
like,
they're two like super old dudes, like that. Eventually your brain goes from being a baby to like being an adult, and then eventually it just gets so old and like broken, back to being baby.
Like, oh god.
But it's like, the way I saw it, it was like, I'm 17, so I can't vote no matter what, so like my opinion really doesn't matter at this point, because it's like I can't really voice it right now, so but my opinion is we had the option between two old ass men running a country in 2020, and where most of the world is so new and their life was so outdated when they were kids. The fact that they even understand how to look at a camera and speak really is quite like amazing.
I had a friend, and he was bi, and like he was just like he said, if I could vote, I would probably vote for Biden, because you know I'm sort of scared about what Trump will do for gays. And I was like, honestly, I can't have this talk, because number one, I'm a straight white male, and like I'm not that knowledgeable in that stuff.
That's what I'm saying. Like I used to, like, during the whole election, I don't know about you, but like I know personally, people I knew, I constantly would hear like shit like them being like, oh, Trump did this, he's an evil bastard, blah blah blah. Oh, Biden's gonna fuck up America, he's gonna take our guns away, blah blah blah. Like, I just heard a bunch of shit, and it's like, how do you guys like pay attention to, like, have you ever like sat there and like, there's so many other things to watch, like on YouTube, Netflix, like HBO now, like all these different streaming services, but you sit there and you fucking click on Fox News or CNN and you just sit there and you're just like, I wonder what's on the news today. And it's like, how can you watch that? That shit's so boring. It's just like, imagine, it's, to me it would be like our podcast if we didn't have the cool effect and the like music. Like, it's just two people talking and sometimes interrupting each other, and by the time you're 10 minutes in, it's very hard to understand what the hell we're talking about. So it's like, that's how I see the politics. It's like, I'm not smart enough to learn politics.
And like news these days is so biased too.
For real though.
It's like what is it, like what, CNN's like Republican,
CNN is the Democrat one, and then Republican is Fox News.
And then like people just turn on the news and they're like, oh hey, it's one-sided news. You turn on the other and it's like, oh hey, one-sided news. And like in reality it's like a mix of both. The way I think they should do it is like, if it's gonna be biased, like one is Republican, one is Democrat, why don't we just take away the bias and add someone who's a dedicated Republican and a dedicated Democrat, and then they're the ones talking on both things. So it's like, because like if a Republican guy says something bad about a Democrat guy, the Democrat guy's there to back up their facts why they're wrong. It's fact checking. They're fact checking themselves. But like when it's one side saying they did this, they did this, they're idiots, and then there's the other side like, no, we didn't do that, they did this, look at all that shit. It's like, okay, but how do I know which side is telling the truth and which side is lying? Like, you both are like backing yourself up, but then throwing shade at each other. So like, where's the truth? Finding unbiased stuff is like one of the hardest things to do, especially like with news, because everyone's got an agenda. You don't see someone making an article just for the fuck of it. It's, I'm getting paid to do this and I was told to do it this way. And it's like, if I want to look for 15 hours and try to get the gist of it, I can.
I can't, dude. Like, when I say I don't know shit about politics, like, I know the gist, but like, bro, like you'll be sitting there like, oh, Congress, blah blah blah, and I'm like, bro, when did we get a Congress? We got those now? When those come out?
When did the Congress come in? Like,
bro, what? We got a Congress, bro? Hey, things really starting to look better now.
Like, the hell's the Senate?
Legislator? Who the hell's running the legislator?
Executor? What the?
Dude, are these like off-brand Terminators? Like, what are these things? A president?
Branches of government? What? The government's a tree?
Wait, the Electoral College? You have to go to school?
Oh my god.
Bro, like, no joke. Like, my mom and dad will be watching the news, and like, I'll try to talk to them, and they'll say things like, oh, well, this administration, blah, 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 they do this, the Congress is mostly Republican, blah, 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 the Senate is mostly Democrat, and I'm like, what are you talking about?
They're talking about who has majority in the votes. Because Congress only has so many people.
Why would there be majority? Like, why can't it be even?
Because they get voted in.
But like,
it's exactly when they get voted in, it's just someone's trying to fill an agenda. Like,
but yeah, if you vote in an uneven amount, like, obviously that one side's gonna have more power. Like,
that's legit the point.
What the fuck? That's so wadded. What?
Exactly. Like, I'm not a political expert. I'm taking participation in government, and let's be honest, that class is sometimes a joke, but like, Come on.
Bro, like, what the fuck? Like, that's wild, because it's like, first of all, two halves is the most divided you can get. Like, that is literally the biggest fraction. But, like, then you have one side having more power than the other. Like, what's the other side gonna do?
Like, presidents in the past have tried to get, same with the, what's it called? Supreme Court. Same with them. The president tries to get someone in that's either Republican or Democrat, whichever one favors them. Because our government has so many moving parts, and it's really complicated and complex. But if they put it on a scale and they want Republican, they try to get it to Republican.
Yo, but for real though, why are we running a country based off a piece of paper that was written in a feather and ink in the 1700s?
Because we can add on to it.
Yeah, but like, why isn't that shit on like a Google file or something? Like, why is that shit still? Yeah, but like, the shit that we follow was written on like, you had some person who literally like got a bottle of ink, plucked the feather off, and was just like, now I write on this paper. And that was back when people still owned slaves. Like, what the fuck? How are we still following those rules? We need to like update that shit, get a whole new document, the new constitution, the 2.0.
The problem is we have so much stuff that runs off of it.
Yeah, that's when you just like, you update it. You're just like, here's the new software for the Constitution.
That's
version
that's what
2.0.
the amendments do, Nick.
Yeah, but there's so many amendments. Like, how am I gonna keep track of all those? Like, we need to organize those better.
Let's be honest. It's not your job to know all of them. You just got to be a good little boy and not murder, and then chances are you'll be fine.
Yeah, it's like, hey, like, that is a good point. It's like, the way the world is right now is, if you're white, you literally just vibe through life, and then as soon as your color goes from being completely white to just 1% lower, you instantly are just like, the world just wants to shit on into your open mouth. Like, what? It's so wadded. Like, how the fuck is racism still a thing though? Like, how the fuck, like, it's literally taught in school it's a bad thing. Like, you think people would be like, oh yeah, that's not gonna be racist anymore, but then you still got morons who are racist. Like, that shit's crazy.
Do you realize how many like anti-vape and anti-drug stuff we've had in our school, and yet people still go into the bathrooms and fucking puff out a big one?
That's, you know what, Jeff?
It's because
that is like the best example you could have given to me. That is so obvious.
People are stupid and they don't care about anything but themselves.
Literally, it's like, bro.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not like a Samaritan. I'm not giving to charity. I want to keep my money to myself.
That's true. Wow, sorry about my mic. Hold on, I'm itching my eyeball. Ouchie. Oh, sorry for that horrible noise. My eyeball was just at the point where it was so itchy, it was starting to hurt. So I had to take one for the team. But yeah, like, I don't know. I guess it's because I'm not racist, and like, I don't really judge people based off how they look and like the shit they do. I just base them off like personality.
I try my best to treat everyone with respect, and like that's why I worked in my job so well. Like, I respected the people around me.
Bro, I'm scared of being disrespectful. Like, my mom literally beat the shit out of the disrespect right out of me. Like, I'm terrified. I can't even.
Are you telling me that right now, and then not even 30 minutes ago, you were yelling at your mother?
Yeah, bro. She literally, like, I'm not gonna lie. I'm starting to be able to like be confrontational, but when I was like in middle school, like once I got into high school, I started being more rebellious. But like, bro, in middle school, you could literally punch me in the face and knock me out, and I'd apologize to you for doing it. Like,
your hand must hurt. Are you alright?
Dude, literally, you could come up to me, smash my head in with a metal bat, and I'd be like, oh, did I dent the bat? I'm so sorry. But now it's like, bro, did you just fucking hit me with a bat, bro? You trying to you got a death wish or something? Like, that's how I am now.
Like one of the things I realized working at Waffle House is like I let people walk all over me.
Yeah, same.
Like I had several customers that are like, "Oh, I can walk on them," and they walked on me like I'm a fucking rug. Just because I tried to be nice and respectful.
Yeah, Jeff's like, yeah, sorry, we are currently low on batter, so we cannot get you a waffle right now. If you wait 30 minutes, we will be able to. And they're just like, wow, you suck at your job. Let me speak to your manager. And you're just
I had people like, it would be short staffed and it was a weekend, and so we were like, okay, to goes only, no diamonds. And then people will come in and I'm like, I'm sorry, but today we're short staffed and we're only doing to goes. Is that all right? And they would be like, why would I pay a to go charge? Like, why should I pay a to go charge if you're forcing it on me? And I'm like, because it's still a to go.
Yeah, dude, like, I totally feel that.
And like they're just like complain. And like I look at my like superior, who's the cook, he's the supervisor, and he'll just be like, just let him sit down. And be like, you can't do anything because like you can't disrespect the customer.
That's what, dude, that's how I feel at my job. My first job, the only job I've ever had besides obviously this, was it was working at a campground. And this campground where we get a lot of customers on like the weekend. And so I would have similar shit where like I usually do activities. So like we plan out how many kids we have this weekend, and we kind of just go maybe 5 extra just to kind of calculate, make sure we have enough for everyone. So we only plan for the kids to do the shit. And so there will be times where like adults will ask to do it, and we'll be like, all right, there's no one coming, so we'll let adults do it with their kids. But then like there's been days where we do that, run out, and then we're packed up all the way, getting ready to leave. Someone will show up super late, like literally 10 minutes before the next activity is supposed to start, and they're like, yeah, so can I still do this? And we're like, we're literally packed up and on the golf cart right now, dude, we can't. But like then they'll get upset, and so we'll be like, all right, well, real quick, we'll give you supplies, just get it done and bring it back to the shop. And it's just like, I've had people at like when their kids lose at something, like we have some games where only the winners get a prize. Like, you know, teaching kids the reality of the world is that you're probably going to be a loser. There's a winner, and then there's the losers. And so, you know, I'm totally with that idea. You know, if kids need to get to realize that, because if there's a brick wall coming for those kids that don't realize that they're going to be a loser one time in their life. And so we're just like, you know what? I got to respect that idea. So we do it, and we only give the winners prizes. But then there'll be parents that are like, you have so many prizes. Can my kid just have one? And I'm like, well, we're not supposed to give them out. We're only for the winners because we got to keep them for the next games. And like they'll get upset, and I'll be like, whatever, and I'll just give them shit. Like it's literally like, I don't understand. Like the customer's always right, but like, what if they're not?
That's like my mom works at Lowe's, and
she deals with some big douchebags then if she works there.
Oh my god, every night she comes back with both customers being douchebags and like her own coworkers. So like they can't like they have a problem. People steal stuff from Lowe's all the time.
What Lowe's does she work at? Like, is it a local one like near you, or is it like?
No, it's
you can't say it
because
like,
I don't want to name drop it. And then have you edit it. Yeah, but like, it's a big store for rent.
All right, I think I might know that.
Yeah. And so people steal stuff like faucets and stuff.
Fucking faucets,
dude. They cost like $400, $300 for like the premium stuff.
Wait, are you telling me like is it like the pieces for a faucet, or is it like the whole fucking thing, like the pipes and everything?
The knobs,
How the hell do you walk out of a store with a whole ass sink and a faucet that hasn't been paid for?
They do.
The balls on that person who's just like, I'm just gonna shoplift this fucking sink.
Like everyone comes in and all the people are busy, and it happens like a lot, and they just walk out of the store, and like company says just let them go.
Yo,
They're
that's
not
how
supposed to do anything.
that's how some stores are. That's weird though. I've heard about that. Nate told me that's how his job is.
You know, we'll just take millions of dollars from losses. Just let them go.
Yeah, just don't stop
It's
the
fine.
criminal.
It's fine. Call the cops. They'll stop them.
Yeah,
But they won't, because they're gone. Pull up the cameras.
Nate says because he works at a Walgreens, that people can just shoplift there and you're not allowed to like stop them. You have to just call the cops.
Yeah, and like they all have shitty cameras.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like in a modern day, like we all wear masks nowadays.
Exactly.
How do you catch a criminal like that now?
It's insane.
You ever have someone steal from the Waffle House, like just like dine and dash?
No. Mainly because like when I worked first shift, there was a lot of people there, and then when I worked night shift, a lot of them they were like drunk, high, just plain tired.
Oh, that sounds like the usual Waffle House late night crowd.
Exactly. Like they weren't like if they were hurting for cash, they sort of were like, they looked at the menu and they're like, nah, and they just left. They didn't order anything.
What is the weirdest like experience?
Weirdest order?
Like the weirdest experience you had with like a customer like late night, like the weirdest person ever. Whether it's like how they acted, like the things they said, or just like how their vibe in general. Like what was the weirdest?
Who? I mean, I had one guy who really liked 3 Doors Down, and like, I'm gonna be honest, like every time he came over, the music was loud, people were talking, and like I couldn't really hear him, so I just did the nice nod your head kind of thing. But like, he just went on and on about his life, and like, I could sort of tell that like he's not really like, he's not really in the right head, you know. He could be on the spectrum.
Was he not like, was his mindset not on Earth at that moment?
He wasn't high or drunk or anything like that. I could just tell like he was a bit weird, and he wore this safety vest. So I thought that he was in construction and came in, because he would always walk in, and I was like, oh, there must be some construction around here, and just walks in a Waffle House to grab something. But then like I was leaving one time, and like I just saw him on the side of the road, and I'm like, I know he's got money. I know he's not homeless, cause like he's not like asking for free handouts.
Yeah. Like
he's groomed. He's got clothes. He doesn't smell like shit. But like he's just sort of out there. Like,
was he older?
Yeah, he's like 40s, 50s.
Maybe he actually was just like he walked all the way from like a construction site like 30 miles just to eat some waffles.
I'm thinking it's probably that. But I also had someone who was like blatantly high. Like I knew he was high. His eyes were like.
How could you tell? Like what were the given signs?
His eyes were red, and like I'm not talking like just a few like burnt blood vessels in the eye, and I mean like I'm like fucking talking red. Like
that
this
man
guy
was like, I'm finna go eat a fire food right now at the Waffle House. Big old meal.
He also drove in too.
Oh.
And like his eyes were all teary, and like you could smell it, and I was like, yeah, he's high, but he had food.
I love that because people like with your job at that time, they know what they're dealing with. So like you probably got so many people who were drunk or high, and you're just like, hey, if they're paying,
like honestly, like when I started, it was a bit hard to tell. But like it still is sort of hard for me to tell because I wasn't there for long. I was only there for like a few months. But like there was people who call in and just not pick up. That was the biggest problem. People would call into Waffle House and they just wouldn't go to pick up their food.
Oh, so they'd like order a meal and then they wouldn't show up for it?
Exactly. That's why.
What's the protocol on that? What do you do when you don't have any food to sell? Like they just.
So first of all, when the order comes in, you're supposed to say, "What's your name and number?" Okay, write that down, and then take their order. And then when it's done, and it's been sitting there for a little bit, you call them back up. And if they don't answer, it's out of your hands.
Can you just eat it?
You sort of like ask the boss, like, you go, "Can I just take that home?" And if it wasn't a major meat, because like I told you the food system, right? If it was a major meat, I had to pay some money for it if I wanted to eat it. Like it was like $3 or $2, but like still, I'm not paying that shit. I always eat it for free. Well, it's $3 on my paycheck, basically. So if it had,
so
like,
you don't have to actually pay; they just take it out of your paycheck.
Yeah, they take $3 out of your paycheck every time.
Bro, I would be making $20 by the time I'm done with my week at Waffle House.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, the burgers that they had didn't count as a major meat. It was a quarter, and that did not count as a major meat. It was cheesesteak, chicken.
Oh my.
Honestly, I still have a little menu in my wallet that I keep for memory's sake. Hold up.
Jeff's like, I wish I could work at Waffle House again.
Yeah, honestly, like it's just some like weird stuff working at Waffle House.
Is there a Waffle House near you where you live?
No, I'm still in New York, dipshit.
Yeah, there's Waffle Houses in New York.
Yeah, like southern New York.
I'm sure you could find some ghetto ass Waffle House around that place.
The T-bone sirloin chicken, pork chop, country ham, and the cheesesteak. Those were the major meats. At night, when people would call in and ask for a major meat, you would say, "I'm sorry, but we don't do major meats over the phone at this hour. If you would come in and order it, I'd be glad to take your order and get it all set."
That's great.
Yeah. So anyways, what I did for my lunch is I got a burger, and it was like a double burger. I had 2 quarts. I had lettuce, cheese, tomato, onion, and then I got a hash brown with onions in it too. Oh my fucking god. I lived off of that. It got to the point where like a lot of the cooks, they're like, "Hey Jeffrey, are you hungry?" And I was like, "Yeah, you want the Jeff special?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
They started calling it the Jeff special because you ordered it so much. That's great.
Yeah. God, and like I told you that like a lot of night shift got fired before I left.
They got Thanos snapped?
Yeah, they got fired or quit. And it was just me, another dude, and the cook on night shift. And like the other dude didn't come in to work for jack shit. And it was like that's why I was always understaffed on the weekends and heavy days.
Jeff was just like, "Well, guess I'm the only one working."
Exactly.
Dude, how shitty of a job would it have been if you were in charge of like taking the orders, then you'd have to run back there, cook the order, come back, take another order, run back, cook it again.
So I don't have cooking training. And even if I did, I would call up my boss and say, "I'm not working that much for what you're giving me."
Dude,
like even that is insane. Even on a normal day, even if it was like a Monday night going into like Tuesday, or like Sunday night going into Monday, maybe, and that's a big maybe.
That's a mighty fine, big mighty. Maybe.
Yeah, but
brain just shut down.
We had to close the store once because the cook didn't come in. He had a fight with his wife, and he basically took his car and was like MIA for like a week.
Man just did not communicate with anyone for a week.
I mean, he told his boss like I'm not coming in for like next week, but like so because of that, like some of the second shift cooks had to come in and they fucking hated it, and I'm like I don't blame them, and like it's horrible because it's Waffle House and they don't have cooks.
Yeah.
And they just welcomed him right back, and it's like, come on. He was gone for a week, like with little notice, and then the freaking purge of night shift. Oh my god! Like I turned in my 2-week notice. It turned into a week notice because of my school schedule, and then I was like, it was like the day before my last day. I'm like, I'm not coming in for my last day because y'all gotta fix night shift. Like, I'm tired of sleeping all day on my day off because I've worked like 6 days straight on night shift.
Jeff's like, I quit. I'm gone. You'll
Exactly.
never see this cute ass ever again.
And they were like, can you like come back and just finish that one day? You got no one on night shift. I'm like, first of all, it was a Saturday, and I'm like, fuck no. Because it's going to be me and another dude. And that shit is crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell people it's to go only. And they're going to be like, fuck that shit. I'm sitting down. I dealt with that for months. And I was like, I'm done. That's why I'm sort of like, I think I'll put my boss's Amy number on it, but not my boss's Tom. Because Amy loved me. Because I did my work. And I did it thoroughly.
Yeah.
And I stayed behind to make sure that all my stuff was done. Because when the next shift comes in, you're supposed to have X, Y, and Z done.
Yeah.
And I always got the cleanup done, but I would always somehow forget to like fill the ice trays. And they would be like, "You forgot to do this." I'm like, "Oh, let me do that real quick," because I'm still on shift. Yeah, I would stay behind. But the cook, he just fucking left. Half the time, he would like half clean his grill, and like he also didn't like, he would go off in his car and he would smoke for like hours, and then when a customer would come in, he would come in.
That's great. What a good guy.
This man got paid $14 an hour. I got
that?
paid $3 an hour.
Wait, what? How many an hour?
I got paid $3 an hour plus tips and to-goes.
You got paid $3 an hour, son?
Yeah, plus tips and to-goes.
For that shit, bro? Screw that. I was just gonna ask you if you would recommend working at a Waffle House to all our viewers, but
no.
After that,
do not work in the food industry. Oh my god,
dude.
Because tips
aren't
supposed to be a part of your paycheck. But then there's like half the people who go, "Oh, I don't believe in tips." My sister's boyfriend, who I stayed with, he was like, "Yeah, I don't believe in tips," and I'm like, "That's just sort of an asshole thing to do."
I know. That's very European.
I think I've said this before. If you want to leave a tip and you don't want to look like an asshole, leave $2. If they were good, leave $5. If they were really good, leave above $5.
Yeah.
Like I had people who gave me 10, and I was like, "Are you sure about this? Because this is an insane tip." Because up until now, I've been getting pennies and like dimes. Because people are like, "Oh, keep the change. It's fine. I'll give you a 20, but your meal was like $19.55." Like, "Oh, keep the 50 or 45 cents." And you're like, "Oh, good on you." And you just throw it in your bag, and you're like, "Fuck you guys."
Wow, Jeff's really getting some therapy out right now.
Dude,
all this built-up frustration with Waffle House is finally coming out on the PunnyPalz podcast.
I loved the people I worked with. Except a few people on night shift. That's a different story. But the morning shift, I adored.
You did?
I loved my boss, Amy. And Tom was there now and then. He was the regional manager.
Oh.
Yeah, so he was above Amy, but he would only come in on like certain days. But oh my god. Like, oh.
What a podcast. We're coming up to the last 5 minutes, and we've talked about politics, racism, in the Waffle House.
and Nick abusing his mom.
Listen, you know what? I'm at the point where it's I'll cut out a little bit of it, but you know what? Listen. I got frustrated. I'm sorry, Mom. I know
Why are
you
you
don't listen,
apologizing to your mother on stream? She was right downstairs.
I know I've already apologized to you by now, but Mom, I'm sorry. This is my official PunnyPalz apology. Just next time, just please send me a text next time, or hell, even call. It would be a lot more preferred of a choice than barging in while I'm mid recording. Thank you very much, Mom. So yeah, what are we gonna title today's podcast, Jeff?
That's oh geez, I don't know.
I kind of liked politics, racism, and Waffle House.
That sounds funny.
Yeah.
I've also been there was a sale on the Stick of Truth and the Fractured Butthole South Park games.
Oh really? Are you planning on getting that?
I already
well, Jeff, now that you and I are finally back, the two boys reclaim our throne as the #1 podcasters in America.
That's not true.
It's very true. It's not true now, but it will be true soon.
Probably.
Look out for 2025 when we are finally as big as PewDiePie.
I'm gonna be in college, dude. Like, come on.
Yeah, bro. You're not. Wait, you're telling me once you go to college, the PunnyPalz is ending?
No. I'm saying I'm gonna be in college.
Yeah, bro. We're gonna be in college and we're gonna be millionaires.
We're not.
Yeah.
That is the complete opposite of students in college.
But most students in college aren't the #1 podcast host in America.
Yeah, we're not.
Yet.
You
Soon
know
we will.
Once we get to the #1 podcast in America, I'm gonna apologize to you.
Yeah. Listen. During this week, like once we're done recording, I'm gonna start rendering all the other podcasts down to just their audio form. I'm gonna submit them onto SoundCloud, and then eventually they will be on Spotify and iTunes. So look out for that. We're gonna expand our horizons, and eventually the PunnyPalz podcast will be worldwide. It already is. Shout out to the German fans. Shout out to the Italian fans. Jeff, who do you want to shout out before we end the old podcast?
It's a good question. Stadia's headphones. Just bought a new pair. Honestly, I'm really liking it. Like, I've had Sadie's like for like the past like 3 years because I really like them. And they're
if you like her so much, why don't you marry her?
You know what? I'm gonna cut a hole in the Sadie's headphones box. I'm gonna start fucking it.
Do it. All right. Well, if that's not a good way to
Stay
end the
on mic,
podcast, then we don't know what will be.
You're not ending it right now. I gotta cut a hole in this thing.
All right. So now the cover art is finally starting to fade in. You can mostly see it. We're fading out. There's 1 minute of us being goofy, and Jeff, take it away.
I'm gonna fuck a box.
All right. And well then, without any further ado, Jeff, take it away.
Huh? Oh, I'm gonna fuck a box. I already said this.
Yeah, but do it.
I already have the hole cut.
You have 30 seconds.
Nice.
Yep. Okay. Bye-bye. See you later. Thank you for watching PunnyPalz. Goodbye. Jeff, yes, thank you for joining, Jeff. Keep going. Okay. I guess he's not going to join, and it's just me.
busy.
And I'm really bored. Okay, cut this shit.